This is the story of Sarah, a mother of 4 teenagers. She wakes up every morning feeling a heaviness in her heart, something she never imagined she would feel as a mother. Her children, the very ones she nurtured and loved with every fiber of her being, now seem distant, cold, and unresponsive. At the dinner table, their faces are glued to their screens, and her words fall on deaf ears. She tries to talk to them, to reach out, but it's like she's invisible. The days turn into weeks, and the weeks into months. Her home, once filled with laughter and connection, now echoes with silence and tension. She can't remember the last time her kids said thank you or I love you. The respect that once existed is gone, replaced by a sense of rebellion and indifference. Sarah wonders, what did I do wrong? Why do they ignore me? Have I lost my place in their lives? Her heart breaks, but she refuses to give up. Sarah knows deep down that something must change. She can't let this be the end of her relationship with her children. Sarah's story may sound all too familiar, but it's not the end. Just like her, many parents face the same struggle, feeling lost and unheard. But there is hope, and it starts with a shift in mindset. As the famous motivational speaker Zig Ziglar once said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." So if you're feeling disrespected, ignored, or like you've lost your connection with your children, this video is for you. Together, we'll uncover the 8 powerful steps you can take to rebuild respect, trust, and a deeper bond with your children. 1. Understand the root cause. Respect is earned, not demanded. Respect doesn't just happen. Children need to feel valued, heard, and understood to give respect. Many parents, like Sarah, assume that because they're the parent, respect should automatically follow. But today's generation is different. Children are exposed to more information and societal influences than ever before. If they don't feel like their feelings matter, they may rebel in the form of disrespect. Start by asking yourself, why are they acting this way? What's the underlying cause of this behavior? Listen without judgment. Sometimes, what we perceive as disrespect is their way of crying out for attention or dealing with stress. Ask open-ended questions, and you may find that beneath the surface is a child longing for connection. 2. Lead by example. Model the behavior you want to see. As parents, we are the first role models in our children's lives. How do you react when you're upset? Do you raise your voice, use harsh words, or ignore them when you're angry? Children mirror what they see. Set a positive example. Show respect in your interactions with them and others. Apologize when you're wrong and take accountability for your actions. Over time, they'll begin to adopt these behaviors, realizing that respect is a two-way street. 3. Establish clear boundaries and consequences. Children need boundaries to thrive. It may seem counterintuitive, but when you establish clear rules and consequences, it shows them that you care. These boundaries provide structure, and even if they resist at first, deep down, they appreciate knowing what's expected of them. Make sure your boundaries are fair and age-appropriate. When rules are broken, enforce the consequences, but do so with love and calmness. Avoid harsh punishments that can create further resentment. 4. Communicate effectively. Use empathy, not anger. How you communicate with your children during moments of conflict can either build a bridge or a wall. Instead of reacting with frustration, practice empathy. Try saying things like, "I can see you're upset. Let's talk about what's bothering you." Effective communication is about listening more than speaking. When your children feel heard and understood, they're more likely to respond with respect. Practice active listening by nodding, reflecting on their feelings, and validating their emotions, even if you don't agree. 5. Spend quality time together. Reconnect through shared experiences. One of the reasons children might ignore or disrespect their parents is because they feel disconnected. Life gets busy, and in the rush of daily routines, meaningful interactions often get lost. Make time to bond with your children, away from distractions like phones or chores. Plan regular activities that they enjoy. Whether it's a game night, a walk in the park, or cooking together, these moments help strengthen your relationship and create a space where mutual respect can grow. 6. Empower them with responsibility. Foster independence and accountability. When children are given responsibilities, they feel a sense of ownership over their actions. Assign age-appropriate tasks and encourage them to take responsibility for their decisions. Teach them that respect isn't just about following rules, it's about being accountable for their actions and choices. Responsibility builds maturity, and with maturity comes respect. They'll begin to understand that their actions have consequences and learn to respect both themselves and others. 7. Praise and affirm their positive behavior. It's easy to focus on what your child is doing wrong, but positive reinforcement is far more powerful than criticism. When you catch them doing something right, whether it's being polite, completing a task, or showing kindness, acknowledge it. Say things like, "I really appreciate how you helped with the dishes today," or "I noticed how respectful you were with your sibling." Positive affirmation reinforces the behavior you want to see and encourages them to keep it up. 8. Seek professional help if needed. Don't be afraid to ask for support. If you've tried all these steps and still feel like nothing's improving, it's okay to seek help. Sometimes the issue might be deeper than it seems, requiring the guidance of a counselor, psychologist, or family therapist. There's no shame in asking for support. Remember, parenting is one of the hardest jobs in the world, and no one expects you to do it alone. Seeking help shows your children that you value your relationship enough to work through the tough times. As Sarah began to implement these 8 steps, she noticed a change, not just in her children, but in herself. The journey wasn't easy, and there were still tough days, but slowly, respect returned. Her children began opening up to her, and the invisible walls that once stood between them started to crumble. To all the parents watching, remember this: the way we talk to our children becomes their inner voice. Peggy O'Mara. Let that inner voice be one of love, respect, and understanding. If you're struggling right now, know that it's not too late. Change can happen, and it starts with you. If this video resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, subscribe to our channel for more powerful parenting advice, and leave a comment below telling us how you've managed to rebuild respect with your children. Together, we can create a community of parents who uplift and empower one another. And remember, respect starts at home.